Alright guys, I want to do a quick review of the LinksWell 8.4 inch radio. It's a replacement for the Dodges, and I had a touchscreen radio. I had the 8.4 inch that I replaced this with. The reason I did it, a few things. Let's start by saying installation is super easy. It is super plug and play. The same cables you pull out your old one, you put in this one. So it's super easy. You still retain your climate control and things like that. Everything still works. So if I cut it up here, it'll start working. So I got it off for audio purposes, even though I'm burning up. So it does everything it says it does. And I'm gonna take you through just some of the things that's great about it and some of the things that's not. I got no audio device connected right now, so it doesn't have any files to pull. Radio is radio. Let me cut that down. All right, so I'm not demonetized. Bluetooth is Bluetooth. Navigation is Google Maps, yada, yada, yada. Works like a regular Android radio. The reason I got it, you see this taking a little time, but it's up. The reason I got it was I wanted Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You can't get that if you have a 2015 or 16. It started in 2017. The reason I would get this radio is if you have a car and you don't have all of the extra speed screens and all the performance screens and you're changing suspension and all of that, you will not get that with this unit. Keep that in mind. You will not get that. If you have I have a standard RT, so I didn't have nothing but a 0 to 60 and then turn it on traction control and stuff like that. I still got them buttons down here, so I'm not missing nothing. So other than that if you don't have performance screens and you have a Chrysler 300 or Jeep Grand Cherokee or whatever that has the 8.4 inch Uconnect, this is a great radio. As you can see, I got the car in the background. You can add all the apps you want. I have a audio video in, which there's a camera on the front of my car. Pardon me, it's junky, but it's a camera on the front of my car. And I keep that so I don't tear up my lip when I park. That's just me. It also, this is the app you use for Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I can't show it because I got the phone connected. And then you got a music app, which plays music off of thumb drive. You got a video app that plays music off of, the thumb drive. You got car info. And you can change some of the stuff, like the door lock settings, whether or not your doors automatically lock. You can change quite a few things you could do with your stock radio. So it's been built and designed for this car. So you still have some of the things you can change. Rain sensor, auto wipe. I don't think I got that. I've never seen that before. That's dope. So you got a few things that you can change, Power steering, I'm gonna put that in sport. Why not? So you got a few things that you can change. A few things that you would have, that it would be in your stock radio. So it's designed for our cars. And you don't lose all of that. You get all of that. So it's pretty dope. Language setup speed. So there are things that I love about it. Right now I'm connected to Wi-Fi. And there's things that I don't like about it. So let's talk about, again, what I love is that you can download any app you want. You can connect to the Google Play Store. I got Waze. I got my Ghost Light. It don't work with controlling my lights. For some reason, it just don't connect to Bluetooth lights if you have any Bluetooth lights. And I got different widgets. I like Apple Music, of course. And I have, I like to download Google Maps, and then I like to download the local map in the area so that even if I'm offline, I still have the local map, but I'm glad it's not showing because it don't show where I'm at. So that's the thing I do like about it. Radio is fine. It shows the name of the artist. And if you're listening to a channel that supports it, it'll show the name of the song and all of that. I don't think, I'm listening to no channel that got it, but it'll show the name of the song and all of that. What I don't like about it is the audio quality is decent, right? I got a DSP, so I got a little bit better audio quality out of it. The general audio quality that the radio output is decent at best. It's not going to compete with a Pioneer, Alpine. Those guys spend a lot of money making sure preamps and amplifiers and every part of the signal pushing out is quality. That's where these guys cut corners. They cut corners on that. To give you all of this stuff for the price, they cut corners, but you got a lot more here than you would have out of your traditional radio or an Alpine or a stock radio. So to compensate for that, you can go with a DSP, a digital signal processor. If you go into an amp, they do give you a lot of EQ settings, so you can go in here and add smart bass and all of that stuff. You can go in here and do all kind of stuff. You can go in here and equalize it, and they got a crazy EQ that lets you dial in your sound the way you want to dial it in. They let you come in and do all kind of balance and all kind of stuff. You can balance where your signal at. You can do all kind of things. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So from here, you can add all kind of stuff you can do to it. It's pretty dope. Change the loudness, everything. It's super, super dope. So you got a lot of sound settings and things that you can do, and you can just scroll through your apps, you know, by doing that. It's pretty fast. I've had some Android radios that were trash, that were super slow and just trash. This is not that. You can install any Android app that you can install on any other Android, period. Now, another thing you can do, which a lot of people may not want to do, is you can change up the home launcher and go with something different. Like you can go with something cool like that, or however you want to do it. Like I think this got multiple. I don't think I set this up all the way, but you know, you can have different launchers, so you don't have to have the launcher it comes with. You can have your own launcher and set up whatever you want. I think I had a few I was just playing with, but you know, it's up to you. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. I tried that one, and then I tried a few more. I tried a few other ones I think I got and then deleted. But all of your apps sit right there. The thing I don't like is you can't change these, right? You can't say, hey, I want to change it. There's no CD player. Why is the CD there? Why can't I put Apple CarPlay there? Why can't I put YouTube there? You can't change those. You also can't program them at the bottom. So you're stuck with this screen because this is your most accurate screen, because you can't get to your other settings. You can't get to your climate, which is not a big deal depending on who you are, because you can just turn your climate down here and it automatically go to that screen. And then it goes back to what you're looking at. So this ups and downs, you know, your rear defroster and everything. So it does its job. You know, all the keyboard, all your steering wheel controls work, all of that stuff work. It worked flawlessly with the car. There's no issues with it working with the car. If you want something different, it works with the car. I have a cable that's running from the back of my glove box that goes into this, and it allows me to do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I have used adapters that will allow me to adapt it and make it wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It works as well. It's finicky. Sometimes I'd rather just use the cable because, I don't know, I got it in two different vehicles, so it's cool in one and then it'll have problems in the other, then it'll be cool in this one. But I think that's the issue of the device, not the radio. The screen is pretty good resolution. It's, you know, it looks pretty good. It's pretty high. There's nothing lacking. It's just that you got a lot of icons you can't use. Bluetooth music, connect to your phone to play music, of course. This music connects to, it connects to something USB plug in. Like, they think you're gonna be plugging in a lot of USB stuff. You can't plug in an old school iPod, which I wish, because I still got an 80 gig and I'll fill that bad boy up and just leave it in the car and don't have to wait for streaming or none of that. So pros and cons to that. But you can go into the settings and do all kind of stuff and change. You got just show your storage and your memory, and that's about it. But nothing special. It works. It's more than what you get with a factory radio, and it's cheaper than if you wanted to go Apple CarPlay with a factory radio. You're going to have to pay for the centerpiece and probably $1,500 or $1,000 for a radio, when you can get this for $800-900 and it does everything and some. Plus, you may just want to look at YouTube while you ride. You may want to just rock music videos or whatever you want to do. You can do it with this bad boy. But it's a well thought out system that they really made fit into the car and look natural. And another thing I like about it is when you are running Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it fills up the whole screen. I see friends that got Scat Packs and even 2022s, and they Apple CarPlay don't fill up their whole screen. They fill up some of it. Like it's like small. With this one, it takes up the complete screen. So it's not like the other ones that's little. This thing takes up the whole screen, and I'll get a shot of it to add into the video. But Oh, there's a new version. Go ahead, upgrade. But the overall system is pretty dope. It's worth the money if you have no other options. If you have no other options and you're considering whether or not you want to, upgrade your radio, I say go for it. Just remember, you're going to lose your performance screens. You're going to lose all of the screens to change the motor this and do all of that. You're losing all of that. You're not getting it. If you have anything other than the basic screens, keep that in mind. Now, if it's something that you can control from here, you don't worry about it. You like all my 0 to 60, all that time that was here, I can control that here. So I don't care. I don't really do a lot of that. So, let me install it update. So it works. You know what I'm saying? So just something to think about. I really enjoy it. It's nice. It works. I got no real complaints. And it is something that, I've enjoyed for the past year and a half. It's been, it's been dope. You see, I just did an update, installed the update to that, but it's pretty dope. You got your browser. You can go to whatever website. So I think that's about it. I'm trying to see. You got gallery for images, file manager. So if you put a USB card in it, you can get the files and do whatever you want. Change the background. You can change the boot screen. So when it's cut on, it will boot up and show your logo. That's one other thing I don't like about it, right? Let me say that because I've had other Android radios and they have what's called a standby time. What that standby time dictates how long the battery, how long do it take before the radio completely shut down. I got a truck that got an Android radio and it'll stay on for like 24 hours. So whenever I jump in my car within a 24-hour period, the radio don't have to boot on. It's already on and it's like a fast start. This only lasts about 2 hours or an hour. Now, it won't affect you if you go into reverse, because if you put it in reverse, the cameras are going to come on. But if you want to jump in and play music and you've been outside of your car for longer than an hour, then you will be affected. It just takes a little longer to cut on. It's not long, but it's not instant. It's probably like 30 seconds or 45 seconds or a minute. That may not be a big deal to you. It may be. These are little things you need to know before you get it. It comes with a speaker. It comes with a microphone that goes up in the corner so you can do, you can do calls on it. I never do, but you can do it. Other than that, it's great. Like I used to have Pandora and all kind of stuff on here, but since I use it mostly for Apple CarPlay, I just leave all that junk on my phone. These are actually widgets. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. These are actually widgets that I have for when I was running my Apple Music through here. I just run it through my phone now, so you can only have it in 5 devices. So instead of having this as a device, I just use it off my phone. So what's dope is I put stuff on my calendar and I put the address on it. And when I'm getting ready to go, I can just hit the calendar, hit the address, get directions. Boom. I ain't got to retype nothing. So it's dope. It's dope. And if you want to be on your phone instead of, letting your phone take up your screen and do all of that crap, you can just, open the Maps application and you can just run it on there without using your phone. You know what I'm saying? Plus you got access to the Play Store. So everything that's on the Play Store, you can download. My connection may be a little slow, but you can download all the games you want and do whatever you want. It's there. And it's bright. It's bright. So it is a good device for the money. I don't really see many videos out on it. It's plug and play. Literally plug and play. You'll get 2 USB ports that go in your glove box. It's plug and play. Like, the hardest part about putting this radio in is taking the screws out, and that's super easy. So those are things you need to know about the LinksWell. I've had it for about a year now. I haven't had no problems, zero, zilch, no problems. The audio is loud, it's good. It's just the quality of sound, not the loudness, just the quality of sound is not as good as like an Alpine, or it may not be good with your stock speakers. So if you got upgraded speakers, you got a better amp, you got a DSP, you're investing in sound in that ways, you may be able to compensate for it. If you're just popping it in and you want to use it with the speakers you got, it may be as loud as what you currently have, if not louder. However, the quality of sound may not be there. You may not feel your basses hitting like they are. You may not feel the ability to get louder without distortion. So that's the only difference. You lose quality of sound. But if you want to put your favorite music videos on a thumb drive and have them play on here in high quality while you drive around and have the music videos on, you can do that. This is perfect for that. If you old school, you may want to do some other stuff, but you know, other than that, it's a good device. I've had some Android devices that just weren't fast. This is pretty snappy. I don't have any problems. I never felt like it's slowing me down or it's delayed. I've had some devices I had to send back because I'm like, man, this junk is too slow. And this is how fast it moved. And I've had it for a year. I got crap on it. I've been using it, and I got nothing bad to say about it. There go my front camera again. Yeah, I got nothing bad to say about it. So keep that in mind. If you're looking to buy one, I'll post a link in the description. I got mine from eBay. You may be able to find a local seller in your area. They may try to charge you for installation. I promise you, it'll be the biggest waste of money ever. The hardest part, you literally popping this crap off, hitting them 4 screws, connecting the 4 pins, and that's it. And you putting the 4 pin connectors in the back of this one, putting it back, cutting it on, and you good to go. So good product, worth the money, and definitely something you may want to consider. Again, if you're in a situation where you have no performance screens. So a majority of Mopar until you start going into deep SRT, Scat Pack, Hellcats, all of that. Anything below that, if you got a GT, if you got a SVT or whatever, if you got the SXT, if you got all of that, highly recommend this. Highly recommend this. Highly recommend this. Super dope. The only reason I'm going to move on is because I got a sponsor for a different radio and it's a bigger screen. But other than that, I rock with this 100%. So that's my review. I'll post a link in the description. If you got any questions, feel free to ask me. Yeah, two camera inputs, front and back. So like if I go to reverse, let me see if I go to my reverse. Well, you know what? Maybe I should go down in the clutch. Let me show y'all this real quick. Let me cut it on. Hold on. Boom. Reverse. Got the lines. Everything. Also got the sensors too. Watch the sensors right there. Look at the sensors. So something to think about if you decide to purchase this unit. All right, guys. Like, share, subscribe.